welcome Marines, and thank you for joining me. And just there's one thing I need to know, and that is where they are. And luckily, due to a fortuitous find in a bargain bin in a wargaming shop, Goblin Games down in Stafford, I found one. So Lord Burton and Uncertain Craig played a battle report, which I've put on the channel. Go and have a look at that if you want to learn more about the game. And as a result, one of them's playing the Marines, one of them plays the Predator faction of the game. So I decided let's do a bit of Alien, shall we? So I found this for cheap in a box. You see the box is a bit battered, but you know I don't mind really. I understand the models in there. I'm sure it will be, or we'll be able to convert something into it. So that's part of the fun, isn't it, when you get a bargain, I think. If it's all there, so we'll soon find out. So this is a Royal Guard, apparently. This is kind of an elite alien, so that's how I'm going to start off my force. So let's have a look inside. So here we go, let's have a look. Oh. Well, the box inside looks in good nick. I think that's actually really well designed as a box, isn't it? So the box art's really nice. As I say, it's just a bit battered. I got some money off it, so I'm not complaining in the least there. But the art itself on the box is really nice. I think it's Prodos, is it, that make this game? So I'm looking forward to playing more. Box, look at that, that's perfect nick, that is, I'd say. I think we've got away lucky there. So let's have a look. What we've got inside. Ooh. Good. So no need to cut anything open. Go over there. Good. Let's see what we have. A sealable baggie with, looks to be, ooh, what's that? So it's a statistics card for the game. Because I've not played the game at all yet. I've just filmed someone playing it so far. I didn't know that happens. That's really cool. That looks like special rules on the back as well. So that's really ace. So nicely printed and useful card for your gaming. Really cool. Let's have a look at the bag itself. There we are. Let's open her up. Empty her out. Let's have a look. A lot, very good. Resealable bag there, always useful when you're making things up. And immediately I lay my hands on an imposing and worrying looking egg. That's inauspicious, wouldn't you agree? Worrying, frightening indeed. And on the back seems to be, what's that? Indeed, a picture of a predator stroke alien, a predalien, is that what they're called? I'm not au fait with a lot of the comic background of this, but I understand there are hybrids of predators and aliens, and hey, they would be, wouldn't there, I guess? So maybe that's what that is. So maybe that designates when things change into other things. I don't know. You guys who play the game more than me will know, and please do feel free to comment and tell me what all this means, what it all means. And then we've got drawn to by looking at this kind of slaughter base, quite sculpted with the rounded edges there. Almost creates a kind of border, I would say. Keeps your basing material in if you're basing with high levels of art, as I know you out there do, and it'll keep the basing material neatly on the model. Very good. It makes it like a bit of a sculpture as well, as opposed to a wargaming model. We've got the crested head. Here we are. Our Royal Guard, obviously great status in the hive with that huge crest and powerful set of jaws. Very worrying. If I had to take this hive, I'm sure the body on which the head goes. There we go. No slot on the legs there to go on the slaughter base. So I imagine these pegs go into the slot there somehow. So quite, how would I put it? They're quite in line there, so it's quite a flat sculpt, but looking head on it doesn't look that flat. I think the arms will give it the kind of give it the dimension sideways, and that's what will make it look cool. There we go. That looks very cool. That very forward looking, like it's going to run at you and take you away at any second. So these are the arms. Oh yeah, they look almost kind of weirdly, I wouldn't call it human, I wouldn't call it alien, abhuman perhaps. Is that the term? Not sure, but they look very cinematic, very alive. As I say, I think they're going to give the sculpt of the body a lot of dimension, I would say. So that's great. And then we've got tail. There's no peg there. It feels broken to me. I don't think it's a great problem. I think it's just got a bit broke in the box. That's not a huge problem. I think you just glue it back together. There's no peg there, so I think the tail probably did come in one bit. Probably snaps off, so be careful of that. However, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth taking the risk of breaking it because that is wonderfully skeletal and it feels ace. Very tactile. So there we go. I'm going to put that together, give it an undercoat and then show you again. Brilliant. So there we go, some very basic colours put on there. An undercoat really, just to show you details on the model. Let's stick that up on there. A little bit easier to see perhaps. There we go. Advanced turntable technology there. So I think I was absolutely right. The tail and the arms giving the model a feeling of taking up space, making it look even more deadly. And I think with a little bit of effort on the painting and some nice basing, I think that could look very imposing on the field. So thanks for joining me as I start my AvP collection with this little monster. So remember that as you explore with your team that complex where the colonists have gone missing, just make sure you look all about you, up and down and in the walls, because you never know where they're going to come from. Take care.